Hello everyone, I'm BeakerTeck, also known as Keegan, and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where today we'll be continuing our Whangamata project. Now, in that little time lapse at the beginning, I did a little bit of river work, connected that sort of side river off onto the main one, and it seems to have a bit of a run-on effect, though that water, it will reach us eventually, so that is fine. Now, in today's episode, I want to get some of the detail work done in this area, particularly the golf course. Now, I have yet to find any sort of stuff to put in here in this sort of harbor dock kind of area. Nothing found yet in the asset store. I am still looking. If you have any suggestions of assets, please leave them down in the comments below. And while you're doing that, smash that like button and don't forget to hit subscribe if you are new around here. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and start work on the golf course. Now, the very first thing I want to do is I want a little bit of a boundary. I want to get some nice tall trees. Like, I always find whenever I'm driving past a golf course, I can never actually see said golf course, right? It's always sort of blocked off a little bit. So I want to go ahead and do that. I have to pick where I want the entrance to be. And I think I'm going to put the entrance roughly here. And I'm going to go ahead and allow people to drive in. So I'm going to get the plain street here, and we're just going to bring this up and curve it sort of in to here. I'll decide what to do with that a little bit later, but for now, we're just going to have this little street. And then let's go in here, grab our trees, and start doing some lines of trees. We'll turn the anarchy on, and we'll add just a little bit more spacing to this. We don't want it too close. We'll do that. I am also going to do a second line of sort of trees behind this in some of the areas, so it's not all going to be one line of this tree. I also will at some point change to a different tree, so it's not just the one type of tree the whole way around. For instance, let's go ahead and I want to get the brush size up, and I want a super weak brush. Right, and I'm just gonna sort of go along this line here and just remove some of them. So it's now a little bit more broken up, And then I want to go down to singles and put in a couple of these just in some of the gaps. Not all of the gaps, I want some variation amongst the place, but just in some of them. And then in the other areas, I think I'll get some colored trees. Maybe not, the red. I might pick something else. Or maybe actually, what have I got? I've got the, is it the poplar? Is that what it's called? You're the pine tree. But, papelin, but I swear I've got another one here. The cypress, yeah, one of those nice tall, thin ones would be kind of ideal. As a sort of a back row of stuff, sort of behind this section. We'll get a bunch of these ones along here. And of course, I've just realized that in doing this, it is going to make removing the trees inside the actual, city area a little bit more difficult, but that's okay. We'll do that. What do these look like in here? They kind of work. We could get a couple of these in, a couple of these on the go. A couple massively tall ones, that's fine. Have a couple next to each other. Wow, that one's huge. That is a huge tree, but that's fine. We'll do that. Well, I want to fill this little gap here with trees. We'll put one there. And we'll put some there. I'm not going to have any of these. I was going to say none down that road. We'll put one in. How do these sort of fit in with the theme? Not particularly well. These work quite nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sort of just fill these in the gaps back here. But I'm going to space these out a little bit more. Almost so that they seem a little bit random, right? I want quite a bit of spacing. Quite a bit of spacing. There we go. So that they don't quite line up with anything. So it's almost, yeah, There we go. I like how that looks. It almost seems random, despite the fact I am using the line tool. And we can sort of overlap a couple lines, make them a bit closer in certain areas. That's fine. And we'll do a line down here as well. And I think for the surroundings of my golf course, I'm very, very happy with that. Let's go ahead and get some color in here. What do you actually look like? Nah, you're a bit short. Let's go ahead and get some color. I want to use the... You're still green. Let's grab... Are you a brighter green? No, you're a bit darker. Let's grab a couple of these and just plop these around in sort of, you know, odd locations. Just the odd one of these will do. We don't want to overdo it with them. Just you know, just a splash of color. We'll put a couple around the place. And then the same with the red. I know, I use the red tree a lot. It's because it just looks so bloody nice. We'll just put a couple in the place. We'll put one here at the entrance. We'll put a couple here. And then down this side as well. Just like that, I think that's going to work really, really nicely. This corner has got no sort of extra decoration, so I'll put a couple in there. So that is going to be our golf course. Very, very lovely. Like it, like it, like it a lot. Let's go and see what I want to do with the actual area. Let's go and find the actual golf courses that I have. I've got all of these sort of these smaller ones, right, which if I place down you can see look like that. So I could build a completely custom golf course, or there are the bigger, almost pre-made holes, right? So this is hole 1, which I can go and place in the corner here. So we'll put 1, 2 can link up somehow. 2 I want almost to run down the side here. Like that. 3, we will put 3 running down alongside it there. 4, this might just be a 9-hole golf course. We might, you know, we might not get the full 18 in here. In fact, I know we won't. Put 4 there. Who knows? We might not even get 9. You know, it might just not fit. We will put this one here. Number 6 is massive. Let's skip it. Let's see what else we have that we can get to fit. This fits in kind of nicely there. And what is this starting to look like? See, that looks like a golf course to me, right? That looks good. I like that. Let's go back in here. We'll grab number 9, which, hang on, is there 2 parts to this? Really? Wow. Okay, let's... Do you have to sort of... Like, I'm not a golfer, but do you have to start here and get it over there or something? I don't know. I'm not particularly a fan of that one. But now I have to find... There it is. You've got to try and find the bulldoze point, because it's just a single square. So it's a little bit difficult. Green 10 is far too big. Green 11 is going to fit in there. 12 is going to fit over the cap. I kind of want it to fit in that gap there. 13 is too big. 14, I'm going to put in that corner, I think. 15 is too big. 16 is too big. 17, let's squish 17 in there. What happens if I overlap these? What does that actually look like? That looks terrible. Okay, let's not do that. Let's find the bulldoze point. There it is. Get rid of that one. We'll have a huge driving range. Let's not do that. We'll have a practice green there. And we'll try and find a smallish one that I can fit. I just want to fit one down the end here. But I don't think I'm going to be able to. Oh, actually, that fits in perfectly. So this is our golf course. Now, I know it looks kind of bland and boring right now, but what I'm going to do, is with a super low strength brush, I'm just going to sort of add a little bit of height around the place. This one I'm going to have to bring down. Oops, jumping around the camera there a bit. Gonna have to bring this one down. Let's up the size a bit. Come on. How big? There we go. I don't want it down there. Something like that. Because that way there's this... Oh, okay. That's a little bit much. Let's go ahead and get the smoothing tool. And up the size a bit. Just bring it down. I just want a little bit of variation in the terrain. So it's not entirely flat. And then, in certain areas, I'm going to paint some trees. Obviously, there are trees around the border, and then through the center, tree with leaves, number 2, where are you? It's you there. Oh, they go over. Let's turn off prop and tree anarchy. And we'll just put a couple trees around the place. And then I'll go and remove them from on the actual greens. Try and get some more down the centers and these areas here. Just to sort of, you know, add to it. Obviously, I don't want them on the actual greens. So let's go ahead. Strength 1, size small. And we can remove them that way from the greens. And then I think that's gonna... I don't know, I don't really... Little confession, never actually played golf. So not entirely sure what the golf course is meant to look like. That's okay. We can work with that. We can definitely work with it. We'll get rid of some of these. I did get rid of some of my ones off the edge, which is kind of frustrating. That's right, I'll just have to go back and re-add them. One on there, get rid of these ones. We'll go to a single bulldozer now, just to clean up any stragglers. You can actually stay where you are. I don't mind you at all. That's fine. You, however, need cleaning up. So let's just clean this one up just a wee bit. There we go. And then let's go and put on... Nope. Smaller brush size. See, I want to get away of getting them on without them going on the actual greens. Maybe some custom ones, some hand painted trees is called for. We'll put some around there, and we'll just rim some of these edges here. That there is kind of annoying. That's okay. We will hide that with trees. Lovely. I can hide all of the sins of City Skylines with trees. I have yet to come across anything I can't hide with trees. But there we go. So that is going to be our sort of Central Park golf course right in the middle of town, which I think from up above looks fantastic. Now, if any of you are golfers, please let me know what I can do to improve this golf course. And I would like to get a building in here. The question is what kind of building, of course. I need something that sort of seems golfy. You're technically a tax office, but I don't know, I feel like you're kind of... Oh, you're kind of on the green. Never mind. Let's turn on Road Anarchy. Go back in here and get one of you there. To me, that screams golf, right? That to me looks like a building you would find at the entrance to a golf course. So I'm going to go with that. That is my golf course. And I'm very, very happy with that. I think that looks really quite nice. Especially from out here. And once this is all sort of buildinged up? Populated. Populated is the word I'm going for. Once this is entirely populated, this is going to be a fantastic little area. But that is all I'm going to have time for today. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that like button. And also don't forget to hit subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.